Hey, you know what this means?
Best of 5.
Oh, that was it, Dakota?
Best of 5.
Oh, goodness. The intro music is a little different, but guess what? That is the reason why.
We're the best of 3.
We're the best of friends.
Bestest friends I ever could have.
And they're never, ever, 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 ever. Hey, everybody, welcome to another episode of the Josh Lyon Team Podcast, brought to you by Velocity Lending.
What's up?
I'm one of your hosts, Josh. This is G.
Yes.
And that's Dakota.
I'm not changing the graphic.
That's probably smart. It's okay. That's a lot of work. So today these gentlemen wanted to talk about.
Did you just put them up? Okay.
We wanted to talk about something special to them and special to me, I guess. We're talking about my podcast or our podcast. Our producer Chris and myself have a thing that we call a podcast that's called Best of 5. And recently Dakota was on it. So if you want to see some Dakota off, not at work.
Notice how they didn't ask me to be on it?
Josh is also on it for a brief.
Yeah, technically Josh is on it too.
He's definitely on it.
Yeah. I crushed it.
Yeah. So what do you guys want to talk about? This was your idea. So
I wanted to say, man, that like I'm so proud of you guys that you're doing it, and like I'm a fan. I listen to a lot of them, and that's why I wanted to come on. And it was a dream come true last night when we recorded.
Goodness.
It was awesome.
I don't know about me,
but yeah, check it out. Like St. Patrick's Day was that?
That's
the goal.
Yeah. So whenever
this will be out after, but
yeah. So yeah, because that's gonna be out next week from this recording.
Yeah, it's episode 101, St. Patrick's Day special.
Sweet.
We literally celebrated like it was St. Patrick's Day.
So
I really celebrated.
Well, like, what is the Best of 5 about?
It's
explain a little bit more. I mean, we talk about loans.
It's kind of like Seinfeld. There's no point. No, so the way we came up with this concept was that we realized that a lot of podcasts have like a specific theme, and so we wanted to obviously be comedic about this and be more insightful and just kind of speak our thoughts on things. So the whole concept is that we have 5 subjects that we talk about. We don't know what the subjects are until we pull them out of a hat, and then we talk about them for 7 minutes minimum. Sometimes we'll go over for the sake of argument. And so yeah, it literally every single episode it has a different feel or vibe to it depending on what those questions are. You know, just like anything else, some of them are pretty rough, some of them are really fun, and just kind of everything in between. But luckily, we have 101 episodes out there, plus what we're calling DVD extras. Which
you've done 101 episodes.
Yeah, plus almost every episode has a bonus episode, so we have almost 200 something videos on YouTube.
Yeah, and it's literally just us talking. We should totally do the math, see how long we've actually talked. Like at minimum talked.
Yeah,
because some of these go like way longer.
Have you guys watched all of them?
No, honestly,
they have to because they have to edit that.
Well, yeah, after editing, I don't think I've watched a single episode.
I also don't edit like Chris does. I'm always like, okay, well, let me just count 7 minutes and just watch like whatever's after 7 minutes to find where we're at. Yeah, I'm kind of lazy with my editing. I'm sorry, Chris.
Yeah, that's why I took it over.
Yep, that's right.
At least you guys know each other's talents, right?
Yeah, mine's
And
procrastinating.
shortfalls.
It's great.
Yeah. So what has been your favorite episode?
That's a hard one, man.
Top 5?
Oh.
Android versus
See, that's
Apple.
more subjects, I think, is what you're
But
kind of going
that
for.
episode was the best. It was one of the early ones, like episode,
That was like 7, I think.
yeah, like 10-ish
7
in that area.
It was like 7 or yeah, it was somewhere in that area. But
We'll go 7 to 15.
that was probably the first one where we actually felt like, oh yeah, this is what we're wanting to be, because we
Like you
tried.
guys like started to click as like
Yeah, because we started off like super formal, just kind of like had a format. We would like really edit at the podcast more than we probably should, and then we just kind of said fuck it and just started. Sorry, screw it, and you got that. It's fine. Beep.
Oh, it's not on the soundboard.
Sorry, I thought that was our podcast for a second. So yeah, I kind of grew from there. I think the ones I really started liking was we had special guests that you were surprisingly really funny. Shout out to my buddy Skip. Skip was probably one of my favorite episodes. Dakota, you're still out. You're still out. Yeah, I don't know.
fun.
Last night was pretty blurry, so
I laughed. I thought we were hilarious.
I thought it was funny. The 7 minutes.
Yeah, the
I was
subject
on.
you were on, yeah.
But yeah, you know what's funny? The last podcast that we're talking about just how the quality has changed and evolved. It's really cool because we can actually see the evolution on our videos.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, obviously you can see with this podcast too, because I mean, you look at like our small studio recording there, and
Well, when we
was
first started
condensed. Using an iPhone for the camera. Oh goodness.
Yeah, that's what you're talking about. The ones we shot, the ones you guys shot.
Yeah.
It was probably both.
Yeah, both.
Yeah, it was definitely both.
Yeah, in your guys' old studio with the red and black things over there.
Yeah, yeah.
I just remember, I just have an image of Josh Benedict leaning back with the guitar.
He just picks up a guitar halfway through the podcast. I'm like, okay, that's fine. Yeah, that's cool. But you know, it's come a long way. Obviously, you know, we're still having fun with it. And I think the challenging thing right now, I don't know if you agree, Chris, is like it's just hard to find the subjects now because it's just we talked about everything.
Well, 5 into 100. I mean, that's 500 subjects.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
did my math right.
Yeah.
Did you carry the one?
That's pretty good. And we also have like episodes where we do more than 5 subjects and then, that kind of stuff. So
We've also done live streams, which is really cool.
and live streams as well. So
that's probably my favorite one is episode 50.
yeah, I liked episode 100 as well. That was pretty fun too.
So have you guys do them once a week? Every week?
We release it once a week until we take a break. But
it's usually around the end of the year.
So I mean, you guys have been doing a couple years then.
Yeah.
God,
Yeah.
I feel like you just started doing it. And I'm going to be honest, I haven't watched just a single one.
that's fine.
It's all right.
That's cool. Yeah.
Most people haven't.
It's funny. It's funny
it's
how
like you guys watch ours. I mean, because you edited them, I guess.
it's funny how he gets mad that he wasn't invited to the podcast and yet he hasn't seen one. Just saying.
Well, maybe if I get invited, I'll watch one.
And we even called you. So
That's
what was your favorite part, Dakota, about when we did it yesterday?
I think it was just like how informal it is. Like I walked into your guys' studio and you were like, "Hey, I didn't tell you this before, and you definitely should have came prepared for this. But I need you to come up with as many topics that you want to talk about as possible right now." And I was like,
Hey, but to be fair, I was like, yeah, let's go to Patrick's and kind of think about it. So I gave you time.
"Yeah, I had a beer. We had a."
A couple of cocktails.
Yeah, and then
cocktails.
the idea wheels went, and I was just a machine writing down ideas.
So who came up with the Jonah Hill one?
That was me, I think.
Yeah, that was G.
But I guess I'm assuming like you come up with the topic, throw it in there, and if you don't draw it, it just chills in there too.
Yeah, stays in the hat. Yeah.
So like right now after our last night's like brainstorm, I think we're at like 40 topics in the hat currently.
Yeah. And some of them, like we look at it as like, I don't know what I was thinking.
Yeah. Some of them get vetoed because we're like, we can't talk about
Like
that.
mashed potatoes.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, like legitimately, we pulled
should
out
talk about
one that
potatoes,
was
by the way.
like Thanksgiving themed, and we were like, "Well, that's 6 months. Been in here 6 months.
Yeah,
Can't
exactly.
Talk about Thanksgiving for St. Patrick's Day." So we did.
We totally
another
should've.
one.
So wait a minute, you cheated.
A little bit.
a little bit.
I'll
To pull
admit it.
back the curtain just a little
You
bit.
guys
I'll
were
admit it.
caught on mic.
You know what's funny?
Yeah,
That's like being like upset that reality TV isn't real.
Yeah,
It's not.
or wrestling.
Yeah.
It's not?
What?
I think with that being god. Oh goodness! I think with that being said, we're gonna end this one for sure. Thank you guys again for joining it. If you guys want more information about my podcast, please check it out. I'm sure they'll put the link below.
Absolutely.
Best of 5 podcast with Chris and G. Notice how the Chris is first before the G because
I'm pretty sure it's G and Chris, but that's okay.
I think it's Chris and G.
I think you came first.
Yeah, you did.
I'm just leaving it at that. Thank you guys again so much for tuning in. Shout out to Lorinda. Shout out to Malia. Shout out to anyone watching this. Again, if you guys want to watch my podcast, it's NSFW. Just letting you guys know, I do curse a lot on that
not
one.
safe for work.
Yes.
Is that what that means?
Yeah.
I had no idea.
What a loser. All right. Thank you guys again so much for tuning in. We'll see you guys next time on the Josh Lion Team Podcast.
Bye.
You almost said best of 5.
I did. Bye.